China hosted a massive military parade in Beijing showcasing the country's latest and its most advanced weapons as it commemorated the 80th anniversary of China's victory over Japan in World War II. The Chinese President Xi Jinping delivered a speech from Tiananmen Rostrum in which he claimed that Beijing was unstoppable and will never be intimidated by bullies. The president said humanity is faced with a choice of peace or war and dialogue or confrontation once again, and called on nations across the world to eliminate the root cause of war and prevent historical tragedies from recurring. He was joined by 26 heads of states, including Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Now, the three leaders watched on as troops, tanks and other military hardware, they put on a show of force in the Chinese capital. Laser weapons, nuclear ballistic missiles and giant underwater drones, they were among the new weapons that China unveiled at the parade. And for more on this, I'm now being joined live by Terrell Hugh Jones. He is a former China correspondent, currently teaching at Claremont McKenna College in California. Terrell, thanks so much for making time for us, joining me here on NewsPoint. Mr. Jones, this bully behavior, the term bully, we heard it in Tianjin as well during the SCO summit. And again, we've heard it now after that massive military show of strength. How do you feel the US is going to be taking the message, and what really is the message that China is sending out in your understanding?
Well, hello. Happy to join you, Siobhan. I think the U.S. is significantly concerned over the developments and what they're seeing from the parade and from the list of guests who are coming through China, including Prime Minister Modi, who was just there a couple of days ago. In the case of India has long been a close ally of the United States, but as you know, because of various issues, tariffs and claims of peacekeeping between India and Pakistan, those relationships between Washington and New Delhi have gone somewhat sour. And so we saw Prime Minister Modi in Tianjin. Here, we're seeing Xi Jinping flanked with Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. On one hand, it's a geopolitical array of alliance, almost a super alliance, aligned against the United States. But Putin and Kim Jong-un have been increasingly isolated in the world because of their policies and the reaction of the world to them. I mean, North Korea has sort of always been that way, but they're both being given legitimacy by Xi Jinping, who is the leader of one of the world's two superpowers, two and a half superpowers, perhaps. And it's a great boost, because where else would they get such a warm, rousing, and extended welcome? In terms of the parade itself, I think that, as you mentioned, the undersea drones and the new ICBM missiles and the laser weapons and ship and truck mounted missiles are of considerable concern to the United States, especially in the nuclear weapons arena, because China and Russia are both developing nuclear weapons on many more platforms much more rapidly than the United States is now.
Terrell, I also wanted to get your thoughts on this. And you did mention the guest list, which was there, 26 heads of states. Of course, the most pivotal names were Putin and Kim Jong-un that were there. Does it only embolden China more and more the way Trump has put tariffs on different parts? Of course, North Korea, we're keeping that aside. There are other issues there. But as far as Russia is concerned, and even the tariffs on India and what we saw in Tianjin with Putin, Prime Minister Modi, and of course the Chinese president there, the tariffs which are only bringing together more and more countries together, in a way isolating the US away from a different world order which is understanding and working in cohesion.
Well, that's one of the big criticisms of this tariff policy in the United States, is that it is becoming a common denominator and a unifying factor against not just America's adversaries, but among its allies as well. And so there is a danger of further isolationism. And then in the case, for example, of India, with the 25% additional tariffs on because of the purchases of oil from Russia,
yes,
it's creating new trade alliances between other countries as they turn away from the American market, which hurts American consumers, the American economy, and American companies.
That statement which came from Donald Trump during that parade, that, in a way, mentioning and acknowledging Putin and Kim Jong-un's presence there, saying that while they conspire against the US, best regards to them. It definitely, they're irked by it. They're not going to show it because they're America, but at the same time, they are commenting, so they are wanting to react to it in some way or the other. What happens next, we'll need to wait and watch. That was Terrell Yu Jones joining me here from California. Always a pleasure speaking with you.
Happy to join you.
Thanks.